Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Gadigal people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello, faithful Squiz Kids listeners, and welcome to another Kids vs. Adult weekly news quiz. Your chance to see who's had their listening ears on and been paying the most attention to the week that just was. I'm Bryce Corbett. All week in the Squiz Kids Today podcast, we've been bringing you the big news stories of the day, run through our kid-friendly filter, to make sure you know all you need to know about the world around you. Now, it's time to test how much of the week's news you've retained. Here's how it works. 5 questions for kids about the week in news, then 5 questions for adults. Whoever answers the most correct questions wins. Simples. You ready to do this? Let's go. All right, kids, here are your 5 questions. Question number 1. Which chart-topping American pop star, also known as Queen Bee, became the highest Grammy Award-winning artist of all time this week? Yeah, of course, it was Beyoncé. Question number 2. What natural disaster occurred along the border of the countries of Turkey and Syria this week? Yes, of course, it was an earthquake, or 2 of them to be exact. Question number 3. Name the American basketballer who this week became the highest scoring player of all time in the NBA. Of course, I'm talking about LeBron James. Question number 4. This week in the podcast, we heard about a reptile called Dynamo that escaped his enclosure in a wildlife park in Townsville. If I told you we have 2 varieties of this animal in Australia, saltwater and freshwater, what sort of animal would you say Dynamo is? Yeah, of course, Dynamo is a crocodile. Question number 5. In the podcast this week, we learned about a new invention called the wearable beanbag. In which country has it been invented? And I'll give you a hint. It's a country that's famous for its sushi and Shinkansen. Yes, of course, I'm talking about Japan. How did you go, kids? How many did you get right out of 5? You reckon you're going to beat the adults? Fingers crossed. Okay, adults, now it's your turn. Fire up the grey matter. Here we go. Question number 1. Let's start with a sporting question. Against which country is the Australian men's cricket team competing this week in a test match? Yeah, of course, it's India. Question number 2. Name the Green senator from Victoria who quit the party this week and went to the crossbench. Of course, I'm talking about Lydia Thorpe. Question number 3. The world was shaken this week by earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. What is the capital of Turkey? Yeah, that's right, it's Ankara. Question number 4. Who controversially beat Beyoncé to the coveted Album of the Year award at this week's Grammys? Yeah, of course, it was Harry Styles. Question number 5. Name the TV sitcom which starred John Cleese and was set in a hotel in Torquay, England, that we learned this week is going to be getting a reboot. Yes, of course, I'm talking about Fawlty Towers. How did you go, adults? How many did you get right? Did you beat the kids this week? Who won bragging rights? If you've missed any of those cool news stories throughout the week and you want to refresh your memory, all of this week's Squiz Kids episodes are available for a re-listen wherever you get your podcasts. Well, that's all we have time for. I hope you're enjoying these quizzes. Don't forget, there'll be a new one dropping first thing every Saturday morning. And the best bit, they're absolutely free. just as our other excellent content is now available for free too. We're talking Squiz Kids Shortcuts, a 10-minute deep dive on a range of cool topics, out every Monday. Squiz the World, in which Amanda takes kids on an audio excursion to a different country each week, out every Wednesday. And for all the teachers out there, there's the Classroom Companion, our teacher-produced daily classroom activity sheets, curriculum-aligned and tied to the daily pod. Genius. Check it all out at squizkids.com.au or simply subscribe to Squiz Kids in your favourite podcasting app and all the audio content will magically appear automatically. For now though, this is Bryce Corbett signing off and reminding you to get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.